It's you. You've come for the Retrotech 120p challenge. I don't know where that voice has come from, honestly. Very strange. Yeah, we're playing Aliens today by Konami, that came out in 1991 and didn't get translated to anything because I think, I suspect that obviously the license for Aliens was put on a few other different, or given to a few other different companies like Acclaim and whoever did the Spectrum one and whatever. Yeah, so yeah, it didn't come out on any of the home formats. This a shame, maybe not as good as Capcom's Aliens vs Predator, a far superior title, but this is a very different thing. It is a far more well, I don't know, a more aliensy thing, I think, because you know what, in Aliens vs Predator, you can punch an alien in the face, not advisable. Even if you win, you'd end up getting your hand covered in acid, which would be daft. So yes, this is Aliens by Konami. Shooty, bang, 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 kapowie, kapowie, blast. Yay. So yeah, pink aliens. You know, I don't know why they're that colour. I don't know if they got sunburnt or not. But they are what they are, and they're embracing that. So well done to them. So yeah, the idea of the game is you play as this off-brand Ripley. You have to walk around shooting aliens. I presume that Sigourney Weaver was like, I don't want to be in any Konami shoot 'em ups, thanks. I saw your Turtles game. I didn't like how, I don't know, April O'Neil was treated by having to stand in that fire. I will not be doing the same because I am the original alpha girl. Terrific film though, isn't it, Aliens? I love it. Yeah, really good entertainment. Fantastic thing that is. I can see a lot of people doing pretty well in this challenge as well, because it's one of those games where I don't think it's particularly punishing if you don't know what you're doing. This was my first go, and I do all right in it, but I think if you have a practice run on it, you'll know everything, and you'll be able to avoid stuff, and it'll all be good. And I'm expecting some very big runs on this today. I have no idea how many levels this is either. I just sort, you know what I'm like. I just sort of I see what the challenge is and I upload immediately because I don't know, it's that way inclined I am. So yeah, you got Halloween as well, which is the day this is being recorded and the day it goes out, which is very exciting, isn't it? And what a good game to have on Halloween, which is of course Aliens. So yeah, the Retrotech 120p challenge. I should explain that. Get yourself on Facebook, have a look for the challenge. It will be on there, you know. It will be. This week it's obviously Aliens. Next week it will be something that someone has selected. So that would be lovely, and I think you should join us if you haven't done it before, because what you do is basically you can have as many practice runs as you like, or you can just wing it like I'm doing, and then with the ability to wing it or if you choose to play it properly, you can then see how far you get, and if you are that week's winner, people will admire you from afar and perhaps write sonnets about you. Maybe they'll buy you some flowers. Maybe someone will get you a jar of pickles. Someone will wear you like a hat. That's a sexualized thing, isn't it? But yeah, definitely join us in this endeavour. And you never know, the following week, the game you pick will come up and you'll be an expert and you can win the following week. I'm expecting Mark to win this one. Although it's Frank's pick, Mark has been trying to select this one for ages, and Mark is like a god of games, so I'm expecting him to win quite handily this week. As I say, it's a game that I don't think is massively challenging when compared to some of the other things we've played, especially recently, some of the shoot 'em ups we've played. So we shall see who wins this. It won't be me, but I'm quite happy about that because I've had a decent run of late. So genital facts of the week, if you were so inclined to know what they are, and indeed want them. Well, you know what, I sort of crapped on my own mattress by picking Geiger for R-Type, because this is the most Geigerist game. And I talked about kind of Aliens and how it was all very sexualized, and which anyone could tell anyway. But yeah, it's not going to be about that. So I decided to do ants, which, if you're watching, James Duffin, sorry, he's afraid of ants. So in this, basically, the reason I've gone for ants is because, well, I don't know, aliens look a bit like ants, don't they? And they have that kind of that same sort of vibe with, like the Queen and all that. So I'm going to talk about ant queens and everything like that. It's not actually a very filthy one this week. It's more disturbing and upsetting, and that's the first credit gone as well. It's a bit sad. So what happens is the typical life of a worker ant is that it develops from an egg, which takes 5 to 6 days, goes through several larval stages, which take up to about a month. Then it goes to a pre-pupal stage, which takes a couple of days, and then a pupal stage, which takes about 12 days. Then it's an adult. So it gets to be an adult for about like a month and a half. And then basically only one male will get any puntang, and he might not even get that, because what happens is mating flights occur, and they happen all simultaneously in all the ant nests of the particular species. If you've ever been out on flying ant day, a particular nightmare for most of us. The female flying ants will fly a long distance, during which they will mate with at least one winged male from another nest. He then transfers his sperm into her seminal receptacle, that's a good word for a vagina, of the queen, and then he dies. So even if he gets laid, he dies. If males don't show up, the queens will somehow be able to reproduce asexually, somehow turning eggs into larvae without fertilization from the sperm. Of more than 10,000 known species of ants, researchers have identified only a handful that can boast similar skills. So there's particular ants that can produce asexually, so no one gets laid. Once mated, the queen never has to mate again. Instead of repetitive mating, she stores the male sperm in a specialised pouch, which is, of course, as we learned earlier, was a seminal receptacle, which allows time, which at such time when she needs to reproduce again, she'll open up that pouch and pull it out like a sandwich, and it allows her to fertilise the eggs that she produces. If a queen were to die, there would be no one to replace her. Female worker ants cannot reproduce, and the colony would eventually die out. It wouldn't be an immediate end to the colony, but eventually the population will slowly dwindle and die out, since there is no queen to replace her lost numbers. Workers in many species of social insects are capable of laying unfertilized eggs, which can develop into haploid males. This causes a conflict about male parentage between queens and workers. In this case, in a few species, this results in the workers killing the queen. So they get all socialist and overthrow the government and turn it into a republic of ants who quickly die out, because, if you kill the queen, you ain't going to continue the colony. Screwed up, didn't you, boys? So yeah, there's my ant facts. That was that's ant facts, not anthrax. So there you go. You've learnt something today. Nothing of any use. So there you go. A much less disturbing tale of of genitals than usual, but actually still more disturbing because it's sad, and if you ever feel that you're not getting enough contact from a member of the opposite sex, doing better than ants. Okay, well, that's the end of my run. So next, in terms of what I've got coming up this week, I've got Mad Balls, of all things, a Mad Balls video. And from Mad Balls, after that, we've got Biker Mice from Mars next week. Hope you enjoyed the Halloween video. That wasn't my dog. I disturbed it. I feel guilty. But until next time, thank you for joining me. Please do join the Retrotech 120p challenge. And I will see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.